How's it going, everybody? It is I, Visual. I hope you guys are having a beautiful day, and welcome back to another Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon Wi-Fi battle versus Angel over here in the NU tier. But he has a Togekiss, which is not in the NU tier. Yes, it is in the UU tier. But I decided to just go along with it because I was like, I don't feel like backing out and then him choosing another Pokemon because I didn't feel like waiting anymore. So I was like, we'll just do it and see how well it goes. So he just leads off with Togekiss. I had to lead off with my Druddigon, and Druddigon is going to be a specially defensive Druddigon with Stealth Rock, really a nice dedicated lead, as he just fires off the Dazzling Gleam, does almost one-shot me. It does over half. It literally is so powerful. Like, that is max special attack Togekiss for you. But at least I got my Stealth Rocks up, and at least he didn't try to flinch me down with Air Slash, because Togekiss will literally destroy my entire team if it flinches me all the way down. But at least I do have Choice Scarf Vanilluxe, which should outspeed it and should scare it out as well. So I just go for Free Try. I expect him to go into Vaporeon right there, but unfortunately he stayed in, and Togekiss is so bulky. I mean, its name is the bulk. It lives it. I mean, obviously, it's just a Free Try, even though it is super effective from Vanilluxe. And it Aura Spheres me, and down I go. So yeah, that sucks. So now I go into my Silvally-Steel, and I try to scare it out. Hopefully it'll switch out. And also, I want to see if he'll go for Aura Sphere again. So that's why I went to Slowbro. But he actually went for Grass Knot right there, and I was like, what? How? Where? Why? And apparently he told me that he was just trying to stack his Togekiss, so he just clicked a random move because he felt bad using a UU Mon in NU tier. Because I told him during the battle, like when I saw that, I was like, this is a UU Mon, why are you using it in NU? He said, oops. So make sure your Pokemon are allowed in the specific tier. So my Slowbro's almost got one-shot by a Grass Knot. That would have been bad. But I guess now I'm just like, alright, I'm just going to sack Druddigon, like, to this Togekiss. I'm already losing too many Mons. Like, it has insane coverage over here. We got Dazzling Gleam, Aura Sphere, Grass Knot. What's next? A Nasty Plot. About to one-shot everything. So I'm just going to try Intoxicate, which is nice. And I guess he's allowing me to knock out his Togekiss as well, just spamming Grass Knot, because he just kind of felt bad, I guess. So that's great for me. I guess I probably should have clicked Blizzard of Vanilluxe as well, but I really thought he would switch out into Vaporeon since Vaporeon looked really nice. But I guess he didn't want to risk it. And also he does have Audino, which Audino could easily switch into Vanilluxe as well, if I'm not specs modest. It doesn't really appreciate a Blizzard, even if it's max special defense. So, and usually they don't run max special defense on Audino either way. Especially in NU tier, it's usually Mega, and they like to run more defense, I would say. So, I bring in my Passimian as he just Mega Evolves, and I just U-turn. This is actually a Buginium Z Passimian, which is really cool. This team is made by Lax, and yeah, when I saw the Buginium Z Passimian, I was like, I want to try this out. It's like a bulk-up U-turn Buginium Z set, which is pretty dope. It can, like, one-shot a lot of, like, one of those Psychic types, like Slowbro. So anyways, I brought in Torterra. I want to go for some Sora's Dances, as he had Side Shock, which is interesting. I didn't expect that. And then he has Calm Mind, which is to be expected sometimes on Mega Audino. You see Calm Mind a lot, usually Flamethrower, Dazzling Gleam, maybe even Fire Blast, or Flamethrower, I guess. But yeah, I'm just going to go for that Wood Hammer. This is going to be a specially defensive Torterra, so I do take that +1 Flamethrower. And unfortunately, he gets that 10% chance to burn me, which is like, what the heck, man? Why'd you burn me? I could have maybe kept Torterra for later on if I can try and Synthesis up on one of his Pokemon and maybe go in even more. But even though it's not really the best Pokemon against this team, like, he has a Whimsicott, he has a Vileplume. It could be nice for a Vaporeon, though, unless Vaporeon can just outspeed me and knock me out, which it probably can, so I guess it's not the end of the world. So anyways, he brought in a Whimsicott right there. Kind of like, I don't want to sack this just yet, to be honest. I'd rather just go into Silvally-Steel, since Silvally-Steel is pretty much a good switch into Whimsicott. So, even though I'm not max special defense or anything like that, I'm running a lot of defense on this Silvally-Steel, it's still a good switch, and like, it could take hits for days from Whimsicott, unless it's HP ground and it's like Life Orb or Specs, it could do a decent amount. So anyways, he brought in the Tauros, and it's Intimidate, so that's interesting. Usually you would see maybe a Sheer Force Life Orb set. It does a lot of damage, actually. Tauros is scary. You don't see it too much, though, in NU tier. I would like to see it more, though. It's really good in Draft League. But I went for a Toxic, put that thing on a timer, and now I'm going to switch out into Torterra, pretty much as a sack. Torterra is good as a sack Pokemon. That's why I kind of want to keep it. I like to cast some sacks just for switch-ins against a Tauros, which is a threat. But he actually went for Earthquake right there, and it doesn't even knock me out since I resisted. And I'm like, okay, I'll just try and Synthesis up. Maybe he switches out and chokes. But yeah, he did that. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. He brought in Vileplume, which makes sense since Vileplume doesn't really take anything from the Torterra. I mean, I'm burnt. maybe he didn't expect me to have synthesis as well, but most Torterra do have synthesis. So I'm gonna try and synthesis up again on this Vileplume. I was like, yeah, I could take it, any kind of hit. I'm almost max special defense and max HP, but no, that Sludge Bomb almost one-shot me. I was like, what the heck is that? Is that Choice Specs Vileplume? So I don't want to stay in here because I was like, I'm not going to win this battle since I don't have enough synthesis, and he could even critical hit me as well if he wants to switch up his moves with something else. I mean, he can't, but he can just keep spamming Sludge Bomb either way. So I just went to Silvally-Steel, kind of guessing he's going to be Choice Specs, and yeah, he just switches out to the Vaporeon as I just fire a Flamethrower. I don't want to go for Toxic, mainly because just an off chance he wasn't Specs, but judging on the damage rolls, I was thinking he's Specs for sure. So anyways, now I just go for the Toxic, kind of hoping the Vaporeon doesn't have Heal Bell. If it does, that's going to suck, since I'm going to have to preserve my Toxics and try and go for them accordingly, because I don't want to just spam Toxic willy-nilly, because he could kind of just let all his Pokemon get Toxic and just Heal Bell, and then they're all cured, and that could be kind of bad. And with Wish support, that could be a little bit annoying as well. So he switches down to Tauros, I guess, trying to Wish it up. He didn't go for Heal Bell, so I'm guessing maybe he doesn't have it. And I'm just going to go for a Parting Shot and go into Departure, which is my Passimian, which should be able to take anything from Tauros, and hopefully he will get scared out by a close combat. But no, I thought he would go into Vileplume, but I guess Choice Specs Vileplume is not really switching, since maybe he's just offensive. And he went for Double Edge, so that is a decent amount, but luckily I do lift in. I U-turn on out into my Slowbro, and if he does have knockoff or anything like that, I could take it since I am Colbur. And since I know he's not Sheer Force, I should be able to really do anything, honestly, since he's not really that powerful anyways. But I just fire off a Scald on the Vileplume coming out, since Slowbro has the move Future Sight. And I probably would have went for Psychic right there, but I don't want to go for Future Sight because he can just switch out when the Vileplume is about to get hit. So anyways, I go into Silvally-Steel on the Vileplume, take that Giga Drain, that does nothing. Silvally-Steel is kind of getting whittled down. It would really suck if I lose Silvally-Steel as well, because then this Grass types would be a problem, especially since I lost my Choice Scarf Ice type. So I gotta preserve Silvally-Steel and not let it get hit by Vaporeon or Tauros and stuff like that. If I do let it get hit, that's bad. Don't let one of your Pokemon that check other Pokemon to get hit, okay? So I go into Passimian, start bulking up. I'm just like risking it. I'm like, alright, don't burn me. But he just toxics me, so I guess it's not the end of the world. And it's better than getting burnt, that's for sure. So I'd rather get toxic than burnt on a physical attacking Pokemon that I'm trying to like break through with. So I go for the Buginium Z, kind of hoping that it will maybe knock out Vaporeon, but Vaporeon has massive HP. Usually they're defensive, like they have EVs in defense, so it turns out to live it. But Savage Spin Out does do a decent amount. Maybe I should have close combat, but then I'll lower my defenses, and if it lives a close combat +1, then if it goes through Skull, that could be bad, since maybe I get one shot right there. So that's why I wanted to go for the Buginium Z and just do it. I didn't want to bulk up again, just because what if he protects on my, I don't know, Buginium Z, and what if he scalds me as well when I bulk up again, and maybe even knocks me out. But he actually went for Witch right there, and Vaporeon goes down to the toxic damage, which is really nice. And in comes Tauros. Tauros is able to outspeed me, and I do have +1 defense, but unfortunately Double Edge does knock me out, so I'm like, wow, okay then, that sucks. So he gets that Wish right there, but does take a little bit of toxic damage from that poison earlier. So now I bring in Slowbro. Slowbro should be able to take anything Tauros wants to go for, but Double Edge does do a decent amount. Since I'm not max defense Slowbro, I'm running a little bit of special attack on, or a little decent amount of special attack. We are defensive nature on the Slowbro, but it's not really a lot of EVs on there, so it's also a little bit of speed on Slowbro. You can look at it, the stats in the description. I always have my teams in the description, so Double Edge does do a little bit amount that I don't like. So I slack off right there, knowing I can take another Double Edge, but no, he critical hits me. I'm like, spaghetti, that's bad. Even though he does have 2 grass types, which isn't the end of the world, still kind of sucks, because maybe I could have taken 1 grass move, maybe. And maybe fire it off a huge sights for something. So, anyways, I'm going to Silvally-Steel. Silvally-Steel should easily just take on these grass types. Like, that's just a no-brainer right there. So I'm just going to go for some Flamethrowers and claim out some lives. That Giga Drain does do a decent amount, though, not going to lie. That is Specs Vileplume for you, I'm pretty sure, at least. So, next Flamethrower is going to knock him out, and last mon is going to be Whimsicott. And Whimsicott should hopefully go down to 2 Flamethrowers, as it will take 1, since it's not stab Flamethrower. I'm not running any special attack EVs. So he just goes for the Giga Drain right there. Gets a little bit of HP. He is Life Orb, so he does take a little bit of chip right there. And he does live the Flamethrower. So now, I'm just going to go for the next Flamethrower, hopefully knock him out, and that should be game, but he critical hits me. And I'm like, are you kidding me? So my last mon over here, Torterra versus a Whimsicott at barely any HP, but Torterra is burnt. Luckily I did get that synthesis off. Imagine if I lost Torterra earlier to, what did he switch out on my Torterra? Tortoros. So that would have been a loss for me. But turns out he has Hurricane too on his Whimsicott, but luckily I lived that, which is amazing since Death Torterra is just living hits. So that's really good. But it's still scary because what if he confused me? So he goes for Giga Drain right there. Getting a little bit of HP back, I understand that, since maybe he can regain enough HP to live a hit. I'm just going to keep synthesizing up to the point where maybe I could Swords Dance up or something like that, maybe. Or maybe if I don't have to, maybe I could two-shot him, but he is gaining a little bit more HP than I would like. But he actually goes for Hurricane right there, so that's nice. He does weaken himself with Life Orb, and I was pretty sure if he hits me again with the Life Orb hit, I could knock him out with Woodhammer, and that, lo and behold, it does. So that was very nice for me. That was way too close than it should have been. I thought I had that in the bag, to be honest, with actually Vanilluxe, since Vanilluxe looked amazing versus this team, and it actually turned out to be Torterra, so I was really surprised about that. But Def Torterra is really nice, but you gotta watch out for ice type attacks. Like, if a mon can learn ice type attacks, watch out for it. Tauros learns Ice Beam, Vaporeon learns Ice Beam. I mean, heck, maybe somebody can run a Hidden Power Ice in the NU tier, since Torterra is on the rise for sure. I've even seen Rhydon with Ice Punch, so you gotta be careful of that. But yeah, make sure to check your Pokemon before you battle in the tier as well, always. It's because it kind of sucks having to fight a UU Pokemon in any tier, but still I managed to pull through, so that's really good for me. And a little bit of hacksy, but hey, what's Pokemon with a little bit of hacks, right? So, hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, do your thing. And I guess comment question of the day is going to be, what is your favorite Sinnoh starter? And also, Sinnoh is starting to become in the Pokemon Go. You can catch some Sinnoh Pokemon, so that's going to be cool. I might have to hop on Pokemon Go and catch some Sinnoh Pokemon. So yeah, my favorite Sinnoh starter is Infernape. I just always liked the Fire-type starters. It's just, when I was a kid, I always had the Fire-type starters, so, and always liked Infernape. But Torterra is a monster as well. But Empoleon is, I guess, better competitively than Torterra. But hey, Torterra is still cool. So, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace, peace.